Hello and welcome to Sunday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, which I'll confess, I am recording this on Saturday night, the day before Sunday, because I've got a busy day planned tomorrow. We're going to be celebrating my father's birthday by going up to London for the day. In fact, we're going to see Back to the Future, the film Back to the Future, but it's at the Royal Albert Hall, and they're playing the film with an orchestra underneath, sort of doing the music live. So I'm hoping that'll be rather nice. But it does mean that I can't record tomorrow. I can't be sure that I get the video done in time. So I'm recording night before, and we're gonna be having a look at a puzzle called Sum Entropic Loop by yttrio, who is a fantastic constructor, especially of these loop puzzles. We've done lots of these on the channel before, and they're always incredibly clever, incredibly elegant, and this one is 100% rated, which is so difficult to do. I can't tell you. It's 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty, so hopefully not monstrous, but it should be absolutely beautiful. And I suspect, as usual, we're in for a treat. I think I snipped the comments, actually. Let's just have a quick look. The comments, do the math first, makes it very rewarding, says Wuck. That's a bit of a hint, actually, isn't it? Franjo says, brilliant as usual and super smooth. Snooker fan, very nice. Wooshel, very nice. Calvin Ball, once you pop, the fun don't stop. Calvin Ball can always be relied on for an amusing comment. So, yeah, we're in for a treat. Anyway, as I'm recording this the night before, I'm also looking after a dog today, Dillis. Now, Dillis is on her cushion at the moment, but Dillis has been known... When she hears my voice, there's something about my voice that makes her woof. So anyway, there might be woofing. I can't do anything about it. But that's, if there is woofing, that is why there's woofing. Oh, and the other thing I should mention, of course, is some of you may be wondering why this video is out at this time. Well, our clocks went back here in the UK last night. So if you are in a different part of the world, this video probably feels late to you, because we release it at 8:30 UK time, which I guess, is... well, it should be an hour's difference, and I apologise if that's the case. I will try and remember to put a tweet out or something tomorrow, and just let people know in case they're cross that their usual diet of Cracking the Cryptic isn't quite on time. But anyway, that's a few things to mention. Other things to mention: we're streaming tomorrow night, Monday night at 10 p.m. UK time. We're going back to the Blueprints Mansion. I can't wait after last week's edition, or last week's live stream, which was incredible. We've got a lot of things that we need to be doing. So I would love to have your company for that if you're free and interested. What else? Over on Patreon, there's loads of extra content, including the solution videos for this month's reward. So check those out if you did get stuck, although I know well over 1,000 of you didn't. And I've got some birthdays to do today as well. So why don't we do those? Brian, you turned the big 5-0 today. Congratulations, my friend. Your mother Barbara wrote to me and said that you're a very faithful viewer, which is a lovely way of describing somebody who watches regularly. And Brian, I hope you have a brilliant birthday today, and I hope the chocolate cake is festively iced. Next, Louis, your friend Jill wrote to us and said, could I wish you a happy birthday? And said that apparently you both watch and you never skip the birthdays. I wonder how many people skip the birthdays. I suspect it's quite a few, but I like to think it isn't. I'm fond of doing them. And I love the messages most of the time that are sort of engendered in these birthday announcements. So anyway, thank you for not skipping the birthdays, Jill and Louis. And Louis, I hope you have a great birthday today. Now, the next birthday is Matt. Now, Matt's turning 31, and I know this for 2 reasons. I had 2 different emails about Matt's birthday, and I'm almost certain it's the same Matt. Your friend and bandmate Faith wrote to me, Matt, and described you as one of the coolest people she knows. I think you're out of town today on your birthday, and she wanted you to know that she'd remembered. And so that was one of the emails we had. And then, Matt, we also had an email from your cousin Isabella, who described you as a funny guy and a talented musician, and asked if we could give you a shout out. I think you're in Washington State. I don't know if you are today actually in Washington State, Matt, but you're normally in Washington State, and Isabella is in Michigan, and she wanted to let you know that she's thinking of you today. So, Matt, a very popular man, and many happy returns. I hope the chocolate cake is good. And then finally, we're going to go over to Southwest Germany and say happy birthday to Philip. It could be Philippe, actually. No, I think Philip is more likely, who's turned 24 today. And I know this because your twin sister Carolyn wrote to us and wanted to give you a message from her, obviously, and also your family and friends. She told me that you've been watching the channel since 2020. Good grief, thank you for doing that. You're a great dancer, an engineer, a great uncle, and a great cook as well. And I want to wish you luck in your Masters in Electrical Engineering, which I think you're about to start. So, Philip, many happy returns, and I hope the chocolate cake is good for you too. That's all the news. Why don't we have a go at Sum Entropic Loop by yttrio? The rules are as follows. We have got normal Sudoku rules applies. We've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Then we have to draw a 1-cell wide loop of orthogonally connected cells. Let's stop there. What does that mean? If two cells are orthogonally connected, it means they share an edge with one another. So these two are orthogonally connected, these two are not. So a loop that would be valid, I mean, that very simply would be that. A loop that would be invalid would be that. That is not a valid loop because these two cells here only touch one another at a point, and that is not sufficient. There's some other rules though. It says that the loop may not touch itself, not even diagonally. So what that's going to mean is that sort of loop isn't valid, because these two cells do touch each other at a point, and that is not good enough in this puzzle. Now the loop, well, let's reinstate the loop and slightly move it around. The loop acts as an entropic line. Each set of 3 adjacent digits along the loop must be one low, which is a 1, 2 or a 3, one medium, a 4, 5 or a 6, and one high digit, which is a 7, 8 or a 9. So let's imagine this is 1, 2, 3, this is 4, 5, 6, this is 7, 8, 9. Then this cell would have to, because these 3 need a low one, so that would have to be low. And then this one, these 3 would need a medium, so that would have to be medium, etc. That's how entropy works in Sudoku. And okay, we're nearly at the end of the rules already. It says the loop must enter every cell of every cage. So everything in a cage, all of these cells are going to be loop in the puzzle. Digits may not repeat in cages, and the sum of all digits in any given cage is the same for every cage. That sum must be determined by the solver. So if all of these, 10 might be possible. If it is 10, if it happens to be 10, that is a good guess. But let's say that's the loop, and these add up to 10, then you would know they add up to 10, 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 etc. And we're going to have to work out the numbers ourselves. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now the first thing I'm going to do, we're going to have to decide the colour of our loop, aren't we? I think I probably ought to go for... Well, I don't know actually. I'm just thinking about this. I'll probably go for green. Is green okay? Okay, and it's a loop, isn't it? So it can't stop. So once it gets into this corner, it must turn. And we're told that the loop doesn't touch itself, so it now can't go into this cell. So we're going to be able to build some loop straight away. Neither of these cells could be loop, because then the loop would touch itself. This cell can't be a loop, or we'd have a very small loop in the top of the grid, and that would be a jolly bad thing. So these are loop. This is another corner, so we can do that. That can't be loop now. So we can get off to quite a quick start here. This can't be loop, and that can't be loop for the same reason. Again, the loop would branch, wouldn't it? This cell can't be loop, actually, because again, these two cells would touch one another, and the loop would have to close, and that's not going to be good enough. So the top row is very nearly all loop. Sorry, I can't quite see what to do now. It's going to be... I haven't managed to do anything with the loop pieces at the bottom. If that goes in there, I mean, could we have something like... Oh yeah, we can actually. Okay, maybe we've got to think about the numbers then. Well, okay, we've got a 3-cell segment of loop here that's all caged. So if these were minimumed, we'd have to have 1, 4 and 7, wouldn't we? That's the absolute minimum we could put into those cells. 1 medium, 1 low, 1 high, which is 12. So actually, every single one... Yeah, okay, so that's immediately limiting our options for these cages, because we know that this is adding up to at least 12. Now, it can't add up to that much more than 12, because if this added up to 16, for example, these two cages would duplicate their contents. They'd have to both be 7, 9. It's the only way of getting to 16. Similarly, they can't be 17. They'd both have to be 8, 9. So I think the maximum, these could both be 15 if they were 6, 9 and 7, 8. Oh no, hang on, I've got to be careful. No, that doesn't work either, because 7 and 8 are from the same entropic group. So, yeah, so 15 doesn't work. So, it's 14. Would that work? 9, 5, 6, 8. Yeah, that would work. So 40. So it's either 12, 13 or 14. And that's okay. Is that helpful? I'm trying to work out in my head whether the shading of this is different. Those two are the same colour. So if the loops... No, okay. It's 12. It's 12. It's 12. It's 12 for the most beautiful reason. It's really, this is lovely. If you can't see why it's 12, if you're sort of looking at this grid saying, how does he know it's 12? You can work it out. It's very simple. You just have to think about entropy and how it works. And do give yourself a moment, because it's really beautiful. At least I think it is when you see it. So the way to see it is to imagine, well, this is a loop. And we know, or you might not know this, but because of this rule that the loop, or every 3 cells on the loop has to have a low, a medium and a high, you can think of every third cell as being from the same entropic set. So let me show you. Imagine that's purple and this can be orange. And this needs to be, so this one needs to be some other flavour, doesn't it? Let's make it indigo. So, but now we can propagate this colouring along the loop, because these 3 haven't got an orange version. So whatever this is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7, 8, 9, it must appear, its entropy set must appear here, mustn't it? In order that this has an orange type of digit. But that means this is purple and this is indigo. Now look, that means that there's definitely a low digit in one of these cages, because all 3 colours are represented. So what's low digit is a 1, 2 or a 3. I know I'm heading up to at least 12, so it must be 3 and 9, mustn't it? One of these is a 3-9 pair. Now, okay, so actually we can go further than this now, because the pink digit cannot be the 3, because then, let's say this was 3-9, this would be a 1 or a 2 and be trying to get to 12. It won't be able to get there. So the 3 is in one of those cells, the 9 is in one of these cells. This is a lovely, lovely idea already. Okay. I'm not sure what to do with that. Probably carry on. I'm going to just carry on with my shading. So this is pink. This is orange. So if this was green, this would be sort of blue again, wouldn't it? And then we'd have... Oh, it's so clever. Yttrio, you are so clever. Good grief. Right. Okay, this is not green. And the reason it's not green is beautiful. If this is green, what is the colours that go in this cage? That's the question we're going to ask. Now, let's play it through. This is going to be indigo, which means this is pink. And now these two digits don't include a pink, but pink is the high entropic digit, and we can't get to 12 with a medium and a low. You'll only get to 9 as a maximum, so it just doesn't work. So this digit here has to not be, it's got to be a yellow digit, and then the loop has to turn. I don't know whether these can join up now, but we can carry on with our colouring. This digit now has to be not in, otherwise again we've got a small loop at the top of the grid, so that becomes yellow. The loop goes down here. So that digit is orange, isn't it? Okay. This digit's now not in, because again that would create a small loop at the top. So that's got to come down. Yeah, the big game in town is going to be to link the entropy of this sort of 7 shape to this, I think. If I can do that. Oh, it's the same. It's the same point. It's the same point. How could this be on the loop? The next digit to come here is pink. So if this is pink, these two, which are going to be the next two on the loop, are not going to include the high digit, and you couldn't make that add up to 12, so that's yellow. This is therefore, that is the pink digit. This now can't be on the loop, otherwise again the loop's touching itself diagonally here, so the loop is going to turn. I hope that means that this will be able to have a pink in it. We're going to have to check that. Those two now can't be on the loop, otherwise the loop's touching itself. This can't be on the loop, or the loop touches itself. That's now a corner, and that can't be on the loop. Now, well, how could that be on the loop? There's no way, because the loop, this little thing here is touching this, and yet it's branching as well, so that won't work. So that's got to be yellow, this has got to be green. Now this cell has to not be on the loop, so the loop, we're getting a lot of loop done here all of a sudden, and we're going to be able to colour it all in. Oh yeah, how could this be on the loop? If this is on the loop goes like this, yet this is a loop segment and that's a loop segment. There's no way to do that. If you decide to go this way, you can't make a loop. You're just going to make a rope, and a rope is not a loop. So we're not going to do that. We're going to make that yellow, and I think that must mean that this turns. Yeah, we can't have a small loop, can we? So it's got to turn that way. Now I don't know what to do, but I know what I want to do, which is to keep going and make my loop. Keep extending the loop. Oh yeah, look at that. We have got a pink in there, which is a good thing. We've got a pink orange. Well, that's crucial, because if you've got pink and orange, if orange was the 3, then this would have to be a 3-9 pair as well, wouldn't it? That can't work, because if orange is low, it must be. There's only one way to make 12 from that total, so this is not 3-9. That's our first digit in the grid, which means, okay, so we could actually, I don't know if there's value in doing this, but I'm going to do it. So this is 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, and this is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What do we need in the top row? We haven't got all the 1s, 2s, and 3s, so that's a 1, 2, 3. Right, and this is now, oh, that's a 1, 2, 3, because that's got to be indigo. Now this one is pink, so that one's orange, this one's indigo, this one's pink. Oh no, oh, suddenly thought that was going to be a domino and have to add up to 12, but it's a 3-cell cage. So that, oh, hang on. Yeah, well, we've worked out the reason we knew 12 was the minimum was because of this, and we've worked out it is 12, so this is 1, 4, 7, and that's great. So that's got to be 7, and then that's got to be 4, and that's got to be 1, because we know that 4 is the orange digit. It's the middly digit. Okay, so let's extend our. This is a 5 or a 6. This is a 7, 8, or a 9. It's not a 9 because of this. And that's not a 7. Okay. Oh, hang on. Have I messed this up? No, that's okay. I suddenly thought, how am I going to get this? But it's fine, isn't it? We just have to be diligent. We've just got to keep going with the colouring. And I think this is going to be pink, which is absolutely fine. So that's going to be indigo. Then we need to have an orange. Then we need to have... I feel like I've gone wrong here. I don't know why. No, I think it's okay. Okay, that's another pink. So these... Oh, I see. We can't use... Right, you can't use 6 in this one, can you? Because we're adding up to 12. And you can't use 9. Right. Ah, okay. Sorry, I hadn't spotted something obvious here. So this is either 7, 5 or 4, 8. And that one is the same. It can't involve a 6. And it can't involve a 9. So this is a 7, 8. Oh, okay. Where's 9? In box 3. Sorry, that's totally obvious. It's got to go there. And that means this is a 9 in the top row. So this isn't a 9. This is now an 8. It sees 7 and 9. So this total, which is a middly digit, can't be a 4, 8 anymore, can it? So it's got to be a 5, 7. So that's not 5 anymore. And okay, well, there's lots of things we can do here. I just haven't done them to do with Sudoku. And this is also, it's the same flavour as this. So it's a middly and a high, and it must be 4, 8, because if it was 5, 7, it would break the world. That is not a 4 anymore. 4 is in one of those 2 cells. No, don't want to do the colouring. Don't want to make the colouring go crazy. This cell can't be on the loop because the loop would touch itself at this corner if this was green, so we can make that yellow. This cell's not a 1, look. That's got to be a 2 or a 3. Oh, 4 is definitely not an indigo digit, so the 4 must go here. That might be useful. There must be an 8 in one of these by Sudoku. I don't know whether we're meant to do Sudoku in the Sudoku puzzle or not. It seems... Oh, no, we can't do that. There's a 9 in one of those and a 9 in one of these, which could be here, I suppose, if this was a 3. This is a 1, 2 or a 3. I almost want to get rid of the yellow now. I feel like it's distressing me. This, oh look, there's some stuff here. Do I know what that is? I mean, I know that that's an indigo digit, but I think it's just part of a 1, 2. Oh, there's a 4, 5 pair in the top row, so this is a 6. I don't know if that's doing anything or not. I suspect what we're going to have to do is think harder about these remaining cages at the bottom and how they're going to work. But let's think about that. Oh, no, here's a... Oh, this is a beautiful point. This is a beautiful point. How could this be the next cell on the loop? What colour would it be? The next cell is a pink, which is a 7, 8 or a 9. And look, I've got some weird pencil marks here that suggest this cell can't be pink. It sees 8, it sees 7, it sees 9. So that's not the next cell on the loop. The next cell is there. Oh, that does look like... Oh, it looks like it's going to be 9, doesn't it? Well, okay, something very straightforward is we can't just go straight down, because then the loop's going to turn right and it's never going to connect over here. So that's not loop. We can't have the loop touching itself, so that's not loop. So the way that the loop gets into this box is through this little cell. So the loop's doing this. Now let's colour and see if we can work out what's going on. You can completely appreciate why this puzzle is so well rated, can't you? It's just brilliant. Now if this was indigo and on the loop, that would be a purple, and that would be an orange, and that would look quite sensible. If on the other hand it goes there, it's got to go there, hasn't it? And this would be pink. I think that would means that would be pink, which I think is all right as well, because I think that would be 3. Let me just double check that. So if we go there, indigo, pink, orange, yeah, then this would be low, so this would have to be 3, and this would be 9 is how it would work. That's distressing. So we don't actually know then, or at least I don't think we know which of those is correct. This digit is 8 or 9. That seems to be true. And I have no idea. I've got no clue what to do. Actually, no. Come on. Let's be sensible. All of these have got to be yellow. This has got to turn, and then it's got to continue to not touch itself. So we're in this sort of world. And I suspect it's something to do with... It's either this one or this one. I'm not sure. Something might end up... What's the bad version? The bad version is where you get indigo. If you got that combination. Orange, then indigo. So if that one... then you get indigo, then I think that's fine. And if you go round the corner here, indigo, pink, orange, indigo, pink, orange. Oh, indigo, pink. Is that 2? Ah, that doesn't work. That's quite tricky. Yeah, okay. So what we can say there is if this was indigo pink, the problem with that is that's orange and this is also indigo pink. And the only way of constructing indigo pink into a 12 is a 3, 9. And this would be 3, 9 and that would be 3, 9. And we'd have 3 cells in the bottom row selected from 2 different digits. That cannot be correct. So we can't have that configuration. So instead this is green and all of this turns yellow. And let's see if this works better. So we go, and this is good. Well, no, it's not necessarily brilliant, but this is now 7 or 8. And therefore this, oh, well that's got to be 5 then. 5, 7, 8, 4, 5, 7. Let's hope that does more than that. It puts 4. Oh, 4 can't be. 4 can't be indigo. At some point, I will realise that. Now, then we've got to go indigo here, pink, and then orange. So we know that this can't be 5, 7, and must be 8, 4. Therefore, and we know the order. I mean, it's remarkable the way this unwinds, isn't it? And then we've got to go back to indigo here, back to pink. Although this one seems to be able to be anything. 7, 8 or 9. 1, 2 or 3. 1, 2 or 3. 1, 2 or 3. And, okay, and now we're going to get stuck again. But that's fine. We probably have to think about how we close this up. Could we ask where, here's a good question. I mean, it's a Sudoku question, but I still think it's reasonable. Where's 9 in column 5? Can't go there. It has to go here. And that means this has become an 8, which means this is a 9 by Sudoku. So now, oh, 5 here is lovely. So that's given me a 6 here. So this is now a 2, 3 pair, and I know the order. Oh, this is good. This is good. Yeah, this is very good, actually. Oh. Can I do that digit? I can do that one, and that's going to help me get that one. Okay, that is potentially... Oh, well, it's nearly good. 1 is in one of these 3 cells by that fair-weathered friend Sudoku. This can't be 3 anymore because of this little thing. And in this column, what have we not put in? We haven't got enough low digits, so this is low and it can't be 2 or 3, so it must be 1, and therefore that's 2 and that's 3 and that's 3. There must be a 1 over here, therefore, by Sudoku. I tell you what, there must be a 9 in that row. Where's that going? There is the answer. So that's 9, that's 1. So there's a 1 over here in one of these cells. Can we do better with... Yeah, we can put a 9 at the bottom of the grid. Oh, that's lovely. That's ridiculous. Because now I'm on pink, and if I go downwards, I turn into another pink. I definitely can't do that. So I've got to carry on through that little channel and into an orange. Which is going to be, in fact, that orange is a 6 because it sees 4 and 5. Okay, and now, okay, so if I go there, that's an indigo, and indigo's, so that would completely work. I suspect, therefore, it doesn't work if we go this way because we go indigo, pink, and we'd have 2 pinks within a stretch of 3. That cannot be right. So that is how the loop closes, with an indigo there, and there we go. That's it. So we can get rid of yellow now, which I was finding a slightly offensive on the eyes. That is the shading of the puzzle. And in fact, perhaps what we should do, can I get rid of green? Oh, look at this. Isn't that lovely? No, I hear you, chorus, but it is a bit. Maybe I should change indigo now to blue, just to... And maybe I should change pink to green. Is that better? I don't know. I'm not sure whether that was worthwhile, but I've done it. Okay, so this digit is now a 1, 2 or a 3. I don't seem to know what it is. 4 lives down here. And what we have to hope now is that Sudoku is our friend. So let's look at 9s. And we do have quite a low... Do we have... We have some. Oh no, that doesn't work. No, 9s are... Oh, although that 8 might... Oh, that 8 is good for a different reason. But isn't that 8 making this an 8? Yes. So that's a 9. So this is a 9. All the 9s are done. 8s... Oh, well, maybe. I don't know, actually. Maybe not. This digit can't be 5, I'm seeing. Oh, where's 6? In box 1 is here. So this is a... Oh, that's not very good. Ah, thank goodness for that. Right. Okay, I was about to say I've got a deadly pattern, but of course I don't, because I know what colours... I know what colours all these are. I just haven't used it yet. Green is high, isn't it? Thank goodness. So we've got to do it in that order, and we can do the same thing here. We need the 7 to be in the green cell. So that's probably going to unwind more things. I mean, I should have seen that a long time ago. I just didn't. That 8 is giving me a 7 here. This 8 is giving me a 7 here. So that's a 7 by Sudoku. Let's double click 7s. I feel like I've got a lot of 7s. I think I've got all the 7s. I must be able to get all the 8s. 1. Oh, this is an 8 actually. So these cells are a 4, 5, and we know the order. So 4, 5, and these cells are 1 and 6, which is, yeah, there's a 1 here. So 1 and 6. Now this is a 2. That C's a 3 in a column, so this is a 1. What about this column? We need 2s and 3s. Oh, this can't be 4 then. So 4 goes in the corner. 1 goes here using our pencil marks. This digit is 2 or 3. So we haven't put 5 or 8 in, but we know where the 8 goes. I think we might be finishing this, you know. I mean, I might have made an error, but it does seem to be just filling in, doesn't it? What's that digit? 5 by the looks of things. We need 2, 3 and 6. Yeah, the Sudoku does seem to be working, which is always a good sign. That's a 3. This is a 2, 6 pair. This digit's very doable, isn't it? That's an... Oh, I thought, no, hang on, that's a 5. That's good. So this is 1 or 3, but it can't be 1. So that's 1. That's 3. 3, 2, 2, 6. 6 here. We need 2, 3 and 5. So 5, 2, 3. Wow. Wow. Now let's just double check. Have we made any... We have got a loop. Let's just check. I mean, it can't. I don't think it's likely that that could have finished that smoothly if it was wrong. I think it's okay. Let's see. Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. That is a gorgeous puzzle. There are so many little steps in that that are quite beautiful. It's quite beautiful to figure out that it's 12. But it was also lovely, like realizing that the colouring would be wrong if this was on the loop. And there was another one where you would, I can't remember, it was somewhere over there where the similar point, and then this cell, I think it was, not being able to be high. And then there was another one down here where I think this 9 forced us to go through this passageway. yttrio is just an absolute master of making these puzzles. And the logic, I mean, the logic is just so clean, isn't it? It really is. That's a superb puzzle. Loved it. Well worth its 100% rating. Let me know in the comments how you got on with it. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.